morning, everyone. I am Meryl Torres from the Group A. My topic for today is all about the mechanical weathering and chemical weathering. Mechanical weathering, also called physical weathering and disintegration, causes rock to crumble. The example of mechanical weathering include frost and salt wedging, unloading and exfoliation, water and wind abrasion, impacts and collision, and biological action. All of this process breaks rocks into smaller pieces without changing the physical composition of the rock. In chemical weathering, the erosion of disintegration of rocks, building materials caused by chemical reactions rather than by mechanical processes. Chemical weathering occurs when water dissolves materials in a rocks, producing new compounds. This reaction is called hydrolysis. Hydrolysis occurs, for example, when water comes into contact with granite. Feldspar crystal inside the granite reacts chemically, forming clay minerals.
This picture shows the chemical weathering from water. Second, the chemical weathering from oxygen. Third is the chemical weathering from acid. Last is the chemical weathering from living organisms.
This time we're talking about soil. What is soil? Soil is the mixtures of mineral, organic matter, gases, liquids, and myriad of organisms that together support plants' life. It is natural body that exists as a part of the phytosphere and which performs four important functions. It is a medium for plant growth. It is a means of water storage, supply and purification. Habit is habitat for organisms that take part in the composition of organic matter and the creation of a habitat for new organisms. Soil is made of distinct horizontal layers. These layers are called horizon. They range from rich organic upper layers to underlying rocky layers. First are the O horizon. The organic layer of soil is dark in color, made up mostly of leaf, litter, and humus. Second is the A horizon. This layer called topsoil. Seeds germinate and plants' roots grows. Third is the B horizon. It is also called subsoil. It contains clay and mineral deposits like iron, aluminum oxides, and calcium carbonates that receive from layers above it from mineralized water drops from soil above. Fourth is the C horizon, also called as rubble. It consists of slightly broken up bedrock, weathered parent rock with cracks and crevices. Plants do not penetrate into this layer. Very little organism is formed in this layer. Fifth is the R horizon. It is the last layer, the unweathered rock layer that the last of all the outer layers. This layer is very hard. These are the types of soil. The first soil is clay soil. Clay is one of the many types of soil that are distinguished as soil in which the particles are packed tightly together with each other with little or no air space. Because of this characteristic, clay is the densest and heaviest type of soil. It has fine particles, smooth when dry, sticky when wet, retains water, drains poorly, less space to let air pass, rich in nutrients, cool and dense. And it is ideal for crops like leafy vegetable, peas, tomatoes, and peppers. Second is the silty soil. Silty soil is extremely smooth, and since it retains plenty of water, it is fertile. Despite that good characteristic of this kind of soil, it lacks nutrients compared to other types of soil. Silty soil is ideal for agricultural use as the particles in silty soil are minuscule. It has tiny particles, slippery when wet, not grainy or rocky, extremely fertile, retains water, easily transported by winds and water, good for agricultural purposes, easily compacted. It is ideal for crops like all vegetables and fruits. The third soil is called sandy soil. Sandy soil are one of the worst type of soils to grow any kind of plants in. This is because sandy soil has one of the largest particles, and that prevents the soil from retaining water, making it hard for the roots of plants to establish. Sandy soil has large particles, dry and gritty to touch, easily drains water, less water retention, warm and airy, even when wet easily crumbles, lacks essential nutrients. It is ideal for crops like watermelons, peanuts, and peaches, tulips, citrus, and hibiscus. The fourth soil is called loamy soil. It's one of the perfect types of soil because it is a mix of sand and clay and silt and even some humus. The pH level of loamy soil is 6 with high calcium levels. The specific composition of loamy soil can vary, but with the right balance of additives, it can be made ideal. These are the loamy soil's factors: well-drained, fertile, mixture of sand, silt, and clay, retains water, retains nutrients, strong granular structure, soft and crumbly, easy to work with, well aerated. Ideal for crops like tomatoes, carrots, parsnip, and potatoes, roses, amaryllis, marigolds, and zinnias. The fifth one is chalky soil. These kinds of soil are found in limestone, have chalk deposits that are deep. This is not an ideal soil for growing plants because it can be hard to grow with. Chalky soil is alkali and causes yellow and stunted plants. These are defining factors in chalky soil: lime-rich soil, stony, severely dry in summer, poor in nutrients, warm quickly in summers, porous, highly alkaline, free draining, and ideal for plants like honeysuckle, jasminum, rosa, and geranium. The last soil is peaty soil. This soil has a lot of organic material and is rich in water, which make it one of the best type of soil for plants. But the soil needs to be drained first. Because of a high water and nutrient content, peaty soil keeps plants healthy even in dry weather. The acidic water content is good for controlling plants' disease and can be used to balance the pH level of other kinds of soils. These are the defining factors: that dark brown in color, soft and spongy to the touch, contains acidic water, rich in organic matter, retains water, store nutrients, improves soil buffering, well aerated, found in bulbs, mixed in soil to improve structure. What is erosion? In earth science, erosion is the action of surface processes such as water flow or wind that remove soil, rocks, or dissolved materials from one location in the earth crust and then transport it into another location. It is distinct from weathering, which involves no movement. In shortly, erosion is defined as removal of rocks and soil by winds, water, ice, and gravity. There are 4 agents of erosion. As I mentioned a while ago, these are the winds, water, ice, and gravity. First is the wind erosion. Wind can play a role by carrying material, especially sand and clay, from one place to another. Strong wind can move small rocks and soil from one location to another also. Large amount of dust, sand, and volcanic ash can be blown by wind over huge distance. Wind is the agent of erosion that causes sand to form into large sand dunes. Second is the water erosion. When rain falls to the earth, it can evaporate, sink into the ground, or flow over the sand as runoff. When it flows over land, erosion occurs. Water can remove soil, rock, and dissolved material from one area to another. Erosion by water can take different forms like rainfalls, river, ocean wave, and floods.
Third is the ice erosion.
Ice can move rocks and rock particles through glaciers. What is glaciers? A glacier is a body of ice that is constantly moving very slowly because of gravity. Glaciers can pick up and carry sediment that ranges in size, from sand grains to boulders bigger than houses. Moving like conveyor belt or bulldozer, a single glacier can move millions of tons of material. That's amazing, right? Fourth is the gravity erosion. What is gravity erosion? Gravity erosion, also an agent of erosion, or it is better known as mass movement. When rocks are weathered, the rock particles can fall from the rocks due to the force of gravity. How does this affect us? Humans are constantly influencing the nature of our landscape. Houses, roads, buildings, development, canals, etc. change the shape and appearance of our land.